of all, you're both from Canada. Where were you born, Dot?
Toronto, Canada.
There you go. And Tamara?
The exact same place.
Get out
What
of
is
here.
in the water?
That is
Canada.
so funny. Well, let me ask you each, how did you guys find your voice?
Ooh, that's a big question. Well, first I'm going to say we're all born with a voice. You know, I didn't have to find anything, actually, but I did have to give myself permission to use it.
There we go. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Did you grow up in a big family?
No, I grew up in a small family, a Rocky Road family.
Oh, that's
And,
loaded.
yeah. and music and singing kind of kept my head screwed on right for me.
Okay.
Wonderful. It was
I
your
can relate
outlet.
to that
Yes,
too.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Dot, what about you?
Well, for me, I took several years to really find my voice, but if you've known me all my life, you'd be surprised for me to say that because I've been singing professionally since I was 16. But what happened for me was I would feel confident if I knew people were wanting to hear me sing, but if I was feeling judged in any way, I would have a meltdown. I would be so nervous and afraid,
Yeah.
and I couldn't figure out, why am I still nervous? I went through school, I taught, I got degrees, and I came out to LA as a singer and did very well, but whenever I had important auditions, I would still find my voice shaking like this while I was trying to sing. And so what ended up happening for me was that I was able to, go on a spiritual journey, read, learn, still didn't really help. And then I had a near-death experience. We could call it that. It sounds a little woo-woo, but what actually happened to me was I became very sick. My stomach, I had stomach problems. So they took me to the hospital and they went to look with a camera in my stomach and they nicked my bowel by accident.
Oh, my goodness.
Owie, exactly. And they left me with an 8-inch scar along my core. Not a good place for a singer to be wounded. So I, of course, wanted to heal. The doctor said 6 to 8 months to heal. And I thought, I don't have 6 to 8 months worth of savings. What am I going to do? So I started researching and figuring out, I'd heard that chakras could help you if you sang certain vowels, that it was connected to the body. And I thought, well, I don't know if that's true or not, but I definitely want to try it because I'll do anything to heal.
Why not try anything? Exactly.
Yeah. So I actually did, and it worked. And it freaked me out because my body was 98 pounds. I was really pretty in bad shape. We'll just say, we'll leave it at that. And when I started toning and just making these vowel sounds, I literally felt, you feel it when you're okay. I could make everyone in the room do it if you guys want. Just go like this.
I like that.
Okay, cool.
Well, I have to say, Tamara, you've also subscribed to Chakras, and you really have incorporated that in your
We're definitely
method.
on the same
Yeah.
wavelength.
Okay, so what are we going to do
Okay.
tonight, ladies? What's happening with the chakras? What are we doing?
Well, I mean, we all have them. They're energy centers. There they are on the beautiful chart. If you ask, 10 people in the room, what's your voice, 90% of them are going to point to their throat chakra, right?
Right.
Because we all think that this is where it is. I have big problems with that concept because that's like pointing at the guitar strings on a guitar and saying that's the guitar.
That's an interesting way to view it. Yeah.
It's definitely an integral part of the instrument, but it's certainly not the whole voice.
So where is it? If
Well,
it's not
it
the
isn't.
throat.
It's all of you.
It's all of you.
literally,
Exactly.
quite literally, and that sounds very woo-woo, but
No, but it's
We
true.
like woo-woo
Yeah.
on the
It's
show.
true.
Yeah,
It
we
works.
like
And
we're
that's,
into woo-woo.
We're into woo-woo. Yeah.
if you look at where the throat is up here, it's between two things that singers and even speakers and actors have issues with, and one is your brain. See,
Right. So people who are just listening and not watching, she's actually has this.
I'm
wonderful
holding up the chart,
here,
right.
and you can probably go online right now and just Google
Chakra.
chakras, and
Yeah.
you'll pull up some great graphic. And you're looking at the top of the head. Is that where you're pointing?
I'm pointing to the third eye chakra right here, and this is something that I created to help singers to tone and to build their voice, which is something that I had to learn first. Usually the throat, when you're singing, like she was saying, you're thinking about, my voice, and so that gets you into your head, which, I don't want to hit the wrong note, I hope I don't mess up.
Yeah.
You're in your head, and then other times you're singing and you feel like, this is so good, you're in your heart. But as you can see, the voice is in between the heart and the mind, and so that can leave you very vulnerable. So you have to learn how to balance all of your energy, and so that's kind of what I teach with core vocal power.
Wow, I had no idea this existed, and both of you are like, yeah, we do the chakras.
Well,
Seriously,
and its
I've never heard
function,
of this in my
right?
life.
The voice's
Yeah.
function is actually to express to the external world what is going on inside of us,
Right,
between our heart
right.
and our head, because
Yes.
we can't just live with our hearts, and we can't just live with our
Oh, there are a lot of
heads.
voices in our head
right?
saying that we can't do it.
Well,
Right?
there's
Yeah.
plenty
Well,
of voices, right?
in my head.
So I
A lot of
totally
voices in
agree
my
with
head, actually, yeah.
Doc.